Well, the new Starz series, The Girlfriend Experience, follows Christine, a savvy Chicago law student who enters the complicated world of transactional relationships to pay her bills.
Paul
One way to
Starz
put it.
plays her boss, David, who may end up more entangled in her life than he expects. Take a look.
I want you to amend claim 32. Hold on.
You've got great organizational skills.
It's all up here. I know where everything is.
I'm hearing some rumors.
Christine, Ben Holgram. Learn this guy's face. He's the devil.
And Paul joins us now. Welcome. So
Hello,
this
thank you.
was inspired by the 2009 movie of the same name by
Right.
Steven Soderbergh. But, you know, a lot of buzz around this. A lot of folks are talking about this transactional. She's a hoe. She's a hoe.
Can I answer that?
How would you describe it?
She is a very serious woman who has some interesting ways of earning a living. She has her fingers in a lot of different pies.
Well, your character, David, is
Yeah.
Christine's boss at the law firm. And it's safe to say that you kind of take it to maybe an inappropriate place for coworkers. What can you tell us about their relationship?
Well, she works for me, so she's kind of an intern that initially I don't think too much of her, but she shows herself to be pretty savvy, and I think he gets interested, and then it gets very complicated between them.
Yeah. Well, is it true that this show is actually going to be an anthology? So every season it's going to be maybe a different woman in a different city?
It is one and done for us. We
Do you like that?
I do. I think that there's something. I like stories that you get to tell the whole thing. You know,
Yeah.
when you tell the whole thing from start to finish. I think it's a nice way to work on things. I mean, it's also good to be on something for a long time because it's maybe a little more security. But no, I like it. I like it.
Being a part of something, you know, fans, as we are of House of Cards, we were happy to see you back for this season. Interesting turn with your twist with your character
I know, you know,
there.
which one is he going to be with?
I'm
It seems
like, you
yeah.
know, and just that was when you got that script about
Yes.
that. Let's, you know,
Let's talk
about
about
your
that.
role. Let's talk about that.
Well, you know, when I originally took the job, you know, Bo Willman, who was running the show, he said, look, you're going to be the guy who sort of deals with more of an intimate side of the president and his wife. Like, how interesting would that be? That, you know, if you were actually friends with, you know, Obama or something like that.
Right.
And I wasn't quite sure, like, how deep we would go. But
How intimate.
How intimate it would
How
become.
friendly.
How friendly. But it's been very interesting. It's such for that show, which I was a fan of before I was on.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to be in that side of it, that more friendship, more casual side. It's fascinating to be on that.
And it's such an interesting
great to
storyline to be
watch.
part of.
It really
too.
is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, you're not only on Netflix and on Starz, but you're also on the big screen in Midnight Special, playing an FBI agent.
Right.
What can you tell us about this project?
Well, this guy, Jeff Nichols, who made this movie, he made Mud and a movie Take Shelter and another one called Shotgun Stories. He's the real deal, this guy. It's such a pleasure to work with somebody who does all of it. I mean, he writes it, he directs it, he edits it. I mean, he's
very hands-on.
He's
Passion
very
project,
hands-on.
yeah.
And he makes really beautiful stories. You know, he writes beautiful scripts. I'm always attracted to great scripts, and he's one of those guys that you really want to follow. And this story is about fatherhood, and it's set sort of in the genre of sci-fi, which is such an interesting and beautiful, you know, sort
You
of
like
genre.
to have your hands in lots of different things.
Yeah, you're
As
also.
many, I mean, not as many as Nick Cannon, but
Close. You're going to
but
need one of
close.
these. Can we just quickly? We don't have time to talk to you much about it, but you got to come back. There's a photo, Barry Child,
Broadway,
on Broadway.
too.
You are just your hands in everything, and then you got 2 kids at home.
I'm
19-month-old. You're all around.
It
You're
never
all
ends.
around.
Yeah,
Yes.
Barry Child is great. We go for another week or so, but I think they're gonna broadcast it online, maybe on Wednesday or something.
Oh,
but Ed
fantastic.
Harris is amazing, and Amy Madigan.
Yeah, the folks from Oklahoma must be so proud of you, right?
So proud. Oh, look at you, Oklahoma. She did research. Oklahoma.
The Girlfriend Experience premieres April 10th on Starz, so be sure to check it out. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks
you so much.
for having me.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.